Hey everyone, good morning. Francis here. I'm your social BFF expert, and I would like to welcome everyone to our session today. Can you guys hear me okay? You can type in our chat box if you guys can hear me okay. Yeah, I can see people are starting to join. Okay. All right, so if you can hear me, let me know in the chat box. All right, good morning, everyone. Okay, so while we are waiting for more participants to join, welcome again to our webinar. Today we'll be discussing how to rapidly grow your business, build stronger connections, and monetize those connections with Social BFF. Again, I'm Francis, your Social BFF expert, and will be your teacher today. Okay, so yeah, slowly people are coming in. So thanks for joining our webinar. We have John, Michael, we have Sandra, we have Patrick, we have Tony as well. Thanks for joining. And there's a lot more joining our session today. Okay. Right. So again, let me know, guys, if you can hear me okay and if you can see my screen. Okay. Thanks. All right. Thank you so much. Hey, Mark. Thanks for joining. All right. Welcome to our webinar. We also have Michelle over here. Okay. Welcome to our webinar. Okay, and I believe some of the members of the Mojo support team will also be joining us in a bit. So right now, well, it's just me and of course you guys. Yeah, but later on, so once they join, so they'll be helping us in the background in answering some of our questions. Okay, so while we are waiting for more people to join, let's have a few reminders here. Let's take a look at some of the reminders that we have for today. So again, our webinar, of course, is scheduled for 1 hour. So if you have any schedules at the end of the hour, you can reschedule them to make sure that you're not going to be missing out any important topics that we'll be covering today. Okay, and of course, you will get the most from this training by participating and following along. So if you have already downloaded the Social BFF, and you're in front of your computers, which I believe you are since we're using GoToWebinar today, right? So by all means, follow along, do hands-on, practice so that you can get the most from this training, okay? This is again a live training. It's being recorded, so just in case you need to step out, you'll miss out some topics. Don't worry, we'll have the replay uploaded in the members area, okay? If you don't have access to the members area, we have our email, I mean, in front of you in our slide right there. So it's support@mojoglobal.com. Okay. We also have some short video tutorials that you can find in YouTube. All you need to do is, of course, just search our channel, that's Social BFF. So there's a few videos there to get you started on how to use the Social BFF. Okay. And then, of course, we have some reminders to those who are already using the Social BFF. So this is our recommendation. Um, Limit the usage to 100 connection requests per day and send connection requests only to the second degree. Why? We'll be discussing that in a bit. Okay. And then today we'll be talking about the 3 simple steps. So how to connect, message, and monetize. So those are the things that you need to remember whenever you're using the Social BFF. And of course, to make sure that your data is safe and secured, make sure to download your Social BFF data weekly. Okay, so how to do that, we'll also be covering that in our discussion today. Okay, so again, my name is Francis. Let me know if you can hear me okay. So well, it's kind of silent so far. So we have Michael, Patrick. Okay. Yeah, thanks for joining. All right. First spot check for everyone. Okay. So what is the first thing that you would like? Well, what's the number one thing, I mean, that you would like to take away from this training today? Okay, you can type it in the chat box. Let me know so we can cover it. We'll try to cover all of your questions as much as possible. And if you have questions along the way, just type it in the chat box. We'll answer them for you with the help of our module support team once they join. And of course, whenever I get the chance, I will be reading some of those questions and answer them live. Okay? All right. A few more has joined. So welcome again to our webinar today. Okay, so let's get the ball rolling. So who here is new? Who here is attending this session for the first time? You can let me know, of course, in the chat box. Type there first timer. Anyone here who is a first timer? Anyone who is attending this session first time today? Okay, I think we have a couple here. All right. How about the rest? Have you guys already attended this session before? So for those who already attended this session before, that is okay, right? Well, we might be repeating some of the things that were already discussed before, but that is perfectly okay. So our focus today, of course, is to onboard and orient our new trainees for today, right? But for the all-timers, if you do have questions that we were not able to answer from the last time, or if you discovered, something new while you're using the social BFF, then you can probably, share best practices to the rest of our participants today. Sounds fair? All right. Okay, so here again are the three simple steps that we need to always remember while using social BFF. So we should always be connecting, right? So message, of course, and monetize your connection. So these are the things that we can use or we can do using the social BFF. Okay, so we have here a short video, although in the interest of time, I'm not going to be playing the video anymore, but I can share with you the link to this video so that you can watch it on your own. Just give me a sec here. So I'll be sending this to everyone. So this is the link. I sent it to everyone in the chat box, right? So basically the video is just telling us that although we can do the prospecting, connecting, recording, and closing deals in LinkedIn manually, it is very time consuming, right? So social BFF basically automates those things for us. So social BFF is a Chrome extension. It will work regardless of your operating system. So this is the main moneymaker tool, as Corey, likes to put it. So this is the main moneymaker tool that we are using, right, in our LinkedIn accounts. Okay, and of course, the video is also telling us why we are focusing on LinkedIn. So you might be asking, so there's a lot of um, social accounts out there, right? So we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram. So why do we want to focus on LinkedIn? So here are some of the reasons. Okay, so in LinkedIn, most of the people who are subscribed to LinkedIn are business people. Okay, and of course, business people means they are professionals. Professional people are more serious. they have higher net worth contacts, and they have access to decision makers. And of course, uh, the focus is B2B or business to business. Okay, and here are some of the stats that you might find interesting. In LinkedIn, we have 500 million people, and it grows every second. Actually, 2 people join LinkedIn every second, and the average salary of someone using LinkedIn is $112,000. That's a whole lot more versus the average subscribers of Twitter and Facebook. It's actually twice as much. So imagine the potential, right? If we are going to be using social BFF, which is going to make our lives easier. So this is the potential that we're looking at. Okay. Another spot check for everyone. So what do you think is the maximum number of connections that you can have on LinkedIn? Okay, let us know in the chat box. So what do you think? All right, Mark answered 30,000. Okay, very good. How about the rest? Any wild guess? Come on, guys, give me an answer. Any wild guess? So Mark already said 30,000. How about the rest? What do you think? What's your guess on how many connections, what the maximum number of connections that you can have on LinkedIn? All right, 30,000 as well. Okay. Okay, well, that's actually correct. So the maximum number of connections that you can have on LinkedIn is 30,000. Okay. And why do you think that is important? So imagine sending messages or connection requests to those 30,000 people. Okay, imagine the time you'll spend. But as I've mentioned, social BFF will make your life easier because it will do it for you, right? Another reason why this figure is important is because it's telling us again the huge potential in LinkedIn, right? So there's a gold mine out there. And if you can just close a deal with 10% of that, for example, that's 3,000 deals, right? And of course, well, the more, then that's a lot better, okay? So imagine the potential of using social BFF in LinkedIn. Okay, so now we're done with the stats. Another question for everyone. Who here has not installed the social BFF software yet? Okay, you can type 1 in the comments field if you have already have it up and running or at least installed it. And number 2, if you haven't yet. Okay, let us know in the comment box. Let's check here. Okay, Roger says 2. Thanks, Roger. How about the rest? Do you already have social BFF up and running? Aside from Roger, of course. Okay, come on, guys, don't be shy. How about John? How about Christina? I can see we have Michael and Tony. We have James as well. Okay, another 2. All right, thank you. Okay, so mostly 1s. We have a few 2s. All right. So for those who answered 2, don't worry. I'll send you a link where you can download the software. So here's what we're going to do. We'll discuss how to set up the social BFF. Actually, we'll start from installation since we have some who don't have it yet. Okay, let me actually send you the link here so you can download it and follow along. I'll be typing the link again in the chat box. Just a sec, and there you go. Okay, So I've already sent it in the chat box. So for those again who answered two, so that's where you can download the Social BFF Chrome extension. Okay. Right. So we'll start there. We'll start with the installation. Okay, and then we'll discuss how to set it up correctly. Okay, and then of course, if you don't have the pro version, right, we'll also cover how you can upgrade from the light or the standard version to the pro. And of course, if you don't have the pro version yet, you can let us know, email us at support@mojoglobal.com, right, and so that we can send you the license key for you to upgrade your Social BFF to the pro version. Okay. After we'll talk about how to upgrade from Lite to Pro. We'll talk about how to use the Social BFF software itself. Okay, so we'll give some hacks, some tips on how to use the Social BFF. We'll probably be talking about some troubleshooting tips as well, if we still have time. And of course, we'll answer your questions along the way. Okay, so is everyone ready to start using the Social BFF? Okay, so let's start with the installation. We have a short video here. Again, I'm not going to play it. I'll just show it to you guys how it's actually done. So from the link I sent you earlier, that's going to bring you to this page over here where you can download the Chrome extension. Okay, so notice we have two buttons here, right? So all you need to do is click on the Add to Chrome, and then click on Add Extension. And then on the upper right corner of your screen, once it's done installing, you can see this small icon over here, right? So this is the Social BFF icon, right? Then of course, all you need to do, mine is showing unable to access Google ID. So all you need to do is sign in with your Google ID, right? Yeah, but I already have it up and running in another browser over here. So let me show that to you. Okay, so here I have the Social BFF. If you can see my screen, it says Social BFF Pro. Okay, so this is because I've already installed the license key. If you don't have the Pro, it's going to show Social BFF Lite. Again, upper right corner of the screen, hover your mouse, right? It's going to tell you whether it's Lite or Pro. So for those who've already been using the Social BFF, you can check there if you're using the standard or Lite version only, or if you already have the Pro. And again, if you don't have the Pro, let us know. Email us at support@mojoglobal.com. Okay? All right. So now that we already have installed the Social BFF, so let's talk about some of the options available here. So by the way, let me show you first. If you're asking what's the difference, so can we not just use the regular or light version? Actually, you can. So Social BFF will still run, but there are things that you can only do if you only have the Pro version. Okay, so here, so we have a table over here that shows the comparison between the standard or light edition versus the Pro edition. So if you have the regular light Social BFF, it will allow you to visit profiles. So it's still going to automate that for you, right? So when you run it, it's going to visit all the prospects that you have in LinkedIn. However, it won't be able to send connection requests, send messages, download data, and tag profiles. So those are only available if you only have the Pro edition, okay? So what can you do if you have this, the starter edition? So when you visit profiles, your prospects can see that you visited them. So that's a good thing about LinkedIn. It actually lets you see who has viewed your profile or who has visited your profile. So that's good, right? And then you can just simply, hope and wait for them to send connection requests to you, since they see that they saw that you've already visited their profile. But well, who knows if they're really going to do that, right? So with the Pro Edition, aside from visiting profiles, at the same time you can already send them the connection request. Okay, you can even send messages to both those not connected with you yet and to your existing connections, right? So there's a lot more that you can do if you have the Pro Edition. Okay, so let's go back to our social BFF. So here, one thing that you need to remember again, for you to be able to use the social BFF, make sure that you have your LinkedIn up. So you need to log in into your LinkedIn, right? Because this is, again, an application or the Chrome extension that works hand in hand with LinkedIn, okay? So you can use the regular LinkedIn, although we also recommend that you get the Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator is a paid LinkedIn subscription. It's not really necessary, or it's not a requirement. You can still run Social BFF using the using the free LinkedIn account. But if you have the Sales Navigator, there's a whole lot more that you can do. You can actually do targeted search if you have Sales Navigator. So I'll show you both in a bit. So what you can do using the regular LinkedIn and what you can do if you have Sales Navigator. So anyway, so my account here is a regular non-paid LinkedIn account. So I don't have Sales Navigator. Yeah, but later on I'll show you an account with a Sales Navigator. Okay. So once you have your LinkedIn account up, and you've already installed and set up your social BFF. Okay, so click on the icon again, upper right corner of your screen. Look for the social BFF icon. When you click on it, there's going to be a pop-up window, which is this. And then all you need to do is go to options. So this is where we go, to set our preferences. Okay, there are different tabs, as you can see here. So we have actions, we have skipping, throttling, we have user and browser. Okay, so let's talk about actions first. So this is going to tell the robot. So that's what we call our software or application. So the automated action is going to tell the robot what it will do whenever it visits the profile. So as you can see here, we have different buttons that you can toggle on and off. So the first one here, this is for sending connection requests to your second and third degree. But remember from our reminders earlier, make sure that you're only sending connection requests to second degree only. So just in case you're not familiar on the definition of first, second, and third degree, so they are your connections, right? But first degree are the people who are already connected with you, right? So meaning they've already accepted your invite, or they sent you an invite and you accepted them. So they're your direct connections. Second degree are not directly connected with you, but they are connected with your first degree. Okay. And then third degree connections are the direct connections of your second degree. Make sense? So the reason why we don't want to send connection requests to third degree is because we don't want to get a lot of rejects or declines from our connection invites or connection requests, because LinkedIn doesn't like that. If you send a lot of connection requests and a lot of them got rejected, then LinkedIn might think that you're a spammer, right? And might, put a flag on your account, and we don't want that. So of course, as much as possible, we want to limit the connection request to the second degree only, because if you do that, they can see that you have a common connection, right? The first degree. Okay, make sense? Okay, so all you need to do if you want to do this, if you want the robot to automatically send connection requests to your prospects, just toggle this on by clicking the button. Okay, there's a small box over here if you're following along. The small box says include a personalized message with a connection request, which is recommended. Okay, and this is where you can customize your message. Okay, so the example that you can see on the screen is, well, of course, something that I am sending my prospects or the people that I want to connect with, but you can customize it. And if you have certified social leads program access, or if you have access to the membership area, then there's a section there where you can get all the templates. All you need to do is just copy them and paste them here. Okay, let me show you real quick. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, I'm just going to open the membership area over here. Okay, so this is the membership area. If you want to gain access to this, let us know. Send us an email at support@mojoglobal.com. Okay, so anyway, so we have all the training resources that you need to be successful in your business here. And if you're using the social BFF and you want to send connection request messages, there's a section here, crusher message templates. We have M1. Those are the messages that we send to the prospects, and then we have the M2. So here are some samples of M1 messages, right? So, hi, I saw your profile. I would love to connect. I love connecting with top people in your field. Let me know how I can be of assistance. Okay. And these are proven messages, right? So we got this from those people who already sent connection requests and their prospects accepted their invite. Okay. So all you need to do, of course, is personalize this. And then we have M2. So once you've sent them connection request and they accepted your invite, so the next thing that you would want to do is, of course, send them a thank you message and proceed with monetizing the connection, right? So if they've already accepted your invite, so the next thing that you should have in mind is how do I monetize this, right? How do I close the deal? So you can start that by sending them the M2, right? So here's an example. And the good thing about, these messages is that it's categorized based on the industry or the niches. So for example, if you're dealing with marketing companies, this is a sample message that you can send them, right? Thank you for connecting. I hope everything is going great. Quick question, do you have capacity for more business and so on? Okay. Or if you're dealing with attorneys or doctors, here's another example. If you're dealing with financial planners, coaches, and so on, so we have, the different messages that you can simply copy and paste here. Okay, cool. All right, let's go back to our social BFF options. So again, if you want to send connection requests to the second and third degree, so all you need to do is toggle this on, put a check on the small box over here, and send your or customize your message. I can actually send you a sample message here. I'll be sending this to the chat box again. Okay, so if you're following along, so just simply copy that and paste it. Of course, make sure that your signature shows your name. Okay, let me turn this off for now. Let's move on to the second one. Okay. Oh, by the way, let's go back to that real quick. So notice here, it says hi underscore FN. Okay, so there's a legend on top. These are the meta tags that you can use. If you're going to send messages, so again, this is sending bulk messages to all the prospects that you have in LinkedIn, okay? You don't have to type their first names manually. All you need to do is type underscore FN underscore, and this will automatically capture the first name found on the profile. So if the name, for example, is Michael, then it will say, hi, Michael. I saw your profile and would love to connect. Best wishes and your signature. Okay. Okay, next, send a personalized message to the first degree connection using standard LinkedIn or Sales Navigator. So there are different reasons why you would be wanting to send them a personalized message. So it can be, because of the reason I told you earlier, you want to thank them for accepting your invitation. You want to send them a deal, you want to make a follow-up and so on. So this option over here is going to automate that for us. And if you're going to, we recommend that you personalize your messages to the first degree because different people will have different personalities and you'll have different reasons for reaching out to them. But just for example, you just want to send a bulk thank you message to everyone who just accepted your connection request, then you can of course use this, right? And then notice we also have the meta tag here, hi underscore FN underscore. And this one again will be replaced by the first name found on LinkedIn. Okay. All right. Then of course, all you need to do is type your message. Okay, we have different messages that I've shown you in the Certified Social Leads membership area, but I can send you another example for M2. I'll type it in the chat box. Okay, there you go. I just sent it to everyone in the chat box. Okay, so make sure again that you personalize it. Okay, I'll be turning this off for now. We'll just go back to that later on. Okay, and then there are other options available to us in the automated actions if you have the Pro. Okay, so these options, by the way, remember our table showing the comparison between free or standard social BFF versus the Pro version. So these options over here will be grayed out. So meaning you won't be able to send connection requests, send personalized message, and so on. Okay. So anyway, so other options available to us: send in-mail to second and third degree, follow any profile using standard LinkedIn, save any profile as lead using Sales Navigator. You can save the profile as PDF. You can even endorse the top three skills, top three, or you can even change this to, top five, bottom one, three, or five. So it really depends, right? So if you want, let's say someone just accepted your connection request and you want to build rapport, you want to get on their good side. So one of the things that you can do for them, because in your mind you're thinking, okay, so I want to get on the good side of this client because eventually I'll be asking for a deal, right? So one of the things that you can do for them is endorse them for their top three skills. So whatever the top three skills listed on their on their LinkedIn, okay, when you run Social BFF, this is automatically going to be done for us, okay? So whether it's for architecture or design or marketing, right? So whatever they have listed in LinkedIn, okay? And then I have here, so well, earlier I run Social BFF and I tried to look for people who loves dogs, right? But you can change this, of course, to any keyword that you want, right? So whenever you run Social BFF to visit any profiles, all of those profiles will have the keyword as a tag. And then later on, we'll discuss how that is important, okay? And then last here, we have the name scrubber. So this is already set up for you. So if you can see there, if you're following along, you can see that some words are already typed in there for you. So these are the prefixes and suffixes that some of us will be putting in our names in LinkedIn, right? So remember, we're using meta tags like hi, underscore FN underscore. So this is automatically capturing the first name. So, well, the thing is, Social BFF doesn't know which is the real first name and which are some of these prefixes and suffixes. Suffixes for the last name, of course. Okay, so if you are using the meta tag underscore FN underscore, and one of your prospect, for example, has doctor, which is already here, there you go, doctor listed in their name in LinkedIn. So Social BFF will think that it's the first name, okay? And then your message won't make any sense anymore because imagine, so this one is going to read, hi, doctor, I saw your profile and would love to connect, okay, right? Or the same, if you're using underscore LN underscore, which is automatically going to capture the last name, and some of your prospect has, let's say, PhD, right? So this would say, hi, PhD, I saw your profile and would love to connect, right? Make sense? So anyway, so this already set up for you, but just in case you can think of other suffixes, name suffixes and prefixes, you can simply just add it here in the table. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions about automated actions? All right. No questions. All right. Great. So let's move on to the next one over here, which is skipping. Okay. So this will come in handy if you only want to deal with certain groups of people, right? So for example, you're running Social BFF and you only want to deal with people who are already within your network. Okay, so there's an option here, the first button, you can toggle it on, right? And this will skip people if they're outside your network. So meaning Social BFF will only run and visit profiles of those people who are within your network. Okay. The second one, skip if not a premium subscriber. So if you want to deal with premium subscribers only, so this is for paid LinkedIn subscriptions, right? So they're paying. Of course, the reasons why people would want to do that, so premium subscribers, because we know that they're paying for their LinkedIn account. We know that they are more serious, right? Well, I mean, why else would they pay for their LinkedIn account if they don't mean serious business, right? So it's not really cheap. Actually, Sales Navigator, for example, it's $64 if I'm not mistaken every month. So if you're paying, that premium amount, that means you're serious, right, with your business. Okay. So if you want to do that, if you want to skip everyone who's using non-premium account on LinkedIn, all you need to do is turn this on. Okay. Another option available for us is skip if not an open link member. So this would be for business accounts. So similar to premium, it's a premium account for businesses. It's called open link. Okay, skip if not an influencer. Let's say you want to deal with people who are tagged as influencers in LinkedIn. Influencers would be those people with lots of connections, lots of followers. The followers look up to them for their recommendations, for their suggestions. So most of the time we want to deal with them if we want help from them to promote our products or services, right? So if you only want to deal with influencers, then turn this on. Okay. Okay, another option for us, skip if not a job seeker. So let's say you have a business and you're looking for people to work for you, right? So all you need to do is turn this on, okay? And then there's a lot more. So skip if profile is linked to your CRM, skip if the profile photo is blank, skip profiles tagged as, and again, you put here your keyword. So remember earlier under actions, so you can tag profiles that you're visiting with a certain keyword. So this can go hand in hand with the skipping option over here. So whatever tag that you have placed, for a certain group of people, you can use this button over here. You can use this option, I mean, right? So let's say you're dealing with different niches or different industries. Let's say you're dealing with, let's say, doctors, and then there's another group of people in LinkedIn that you're working with. Let's say the other group is for, I don't know, let's say under marketing, right? So if you only want Social BFF to visit today, people who have doctors as tags, all you need to do is put here the marketing, right? So because Social BFF will skip everyone with marketing as tag. Make sense? Okay. And then lastly, we have skip profiles that match a certain pattern. So all you need to do is just put a pattern here, right? So and that's using regular expression. And then the last option here, this is also very important. By default, if you're following along, it's going to show skip profiles visited in the past 31 days. So this is important because we don't want to appear as spammy, right? So imagine sending connection requests to people, to the same people every day, right? Because there's an option here to never skip any profiles or skip profiles visited in the past 24 hours, right? There are different reasons why you would want to do those, the never skip or skip profiles visited in the past 24 hours or 2 days. So it really depends on who you want to deal with, right? But again, if you're sending connection requests to avoid appearing as spammy, to avoid sending the same messages to the same group of people, so you can set it to skip profiles visited in the past 31 days. So whenever you run Social BFF, if the profile has already been visited yesterday or within the past 31 days, Social BFF will automatically skip them. Okay. And then hopefully within 31 days, they either accepted your connection request, or, well, if they haven't within 31 days, so most likely they're not going to accept it anymore, then you can withdraw your connection request, and then you can look for someone else. All right, makes sense. Let's move on to the next tab over here, which is throttling. So this is going to dictate the robot speed. And notice there's a red warning over here in red fonts. It says changing these settings could lead to LinkedIn blocking your account due to excessive profile visiting. Okay. So whatever is in there by default, so we're already, done prospecting, and we know those are the safe limits in LinkedIn. So don't change them. Well, you can change them, but we recommend that you change them to make them lower only. So for example, here, connection request says 100 per day. You can make this lower. So all you need to do is put a check in the box over here that says, check to confirm you understand the risk. Right. So again, the risk is you might be blocked by LinkedIn if you are going to increase this significantly, right? But let's say you just want to make this number lower. So put a check on the small box over here. Notice we have other options. So recommended number of connection requests per day is 75 to 100. So that's the safe number of connection requests. Okay, you can actually send more or visit more profiles if you have Sales Navigator, but still we recommend that you stay within the limit, 100 connection requests per day. Okay, right? Or better if you're not going to change the settings, right? Okay, there's an option here, snooze the robot when one of the daily limits is reached. So the good thing about Social BFF is that it works in the background. So even if you're doing something else, as long as you're not closing your LinkedIn, right? So you can just leave it there. It's going to run for you. And then there is a schedule, right? Let me go back to the options over here. So we have here planner. So click on the Social BFF again, Social BFF icon, upper right corner of the screen. Click on planner. And we have here the schedule, right? So you can select here, select when visiting robots should be working and when it's time for a rest. So you can have you can schedule that, and it's going to automatically snooze if it's scheduled to take some rest. Okay. All right. So clear, guys, on the robot speed. And then the last tab that we'll be discussing, browser. We don't really change things here. Yeah, but let's go to user. So this is where we go to enter the license key. Okay, so let's say you don't have the pro version yet, click on user. There's a field here where you can type in the license key. So license key, by the way, is one per account. If you're going to run Social BFF for your own clients, for example, if you're going to run if you're going to do the prospecting for your own clients, then you need to get a separate license for them. Okay, but anyway, so this is where we go. All you need to do is type in the license key here and hit enter or reload. Then that's automatically going to save your license key, and that's going to upgrade you to the pro version. Okay. All right. Any questions before we proceed to actually using the Social BFF? Okay, Nadine is asking, where may I access recordings of this training? Nadine, I'll send you an email after this. It's actually going to be uploaded into our membership area. So whether you have the Social BFF subscription only, or you subscribe to Social Gold Rush or Certified Social Leads, so this recording will be uploaded to all of the membership areas. Okay, so I'll send you an email later on. But yeah, but thanks for the question, Nadine. Any other questions before we proceed? All right. Okay, so if you're clear on the different options that we have, so we can now go to our LinkedIn. Okay, so again, Social BFF works if you have LinkedIn up. So here's my LinkedIn. The first thing that you need to do, well, of course, there are different things that we can do in Social BFF, but first, we will be sending connection requests. Okay, so first thing that you need to do is search for your prospects. So who exactly are you looking for? So let's say, for example, I'm looking for speakers. I can simply type speakers in the search field over here. Okay, hit enter. Remember again, I'm only using the regular unpaid LinkedIn accounts. But later on, I'm going to show you what else can you do if you have the Sales Navigator. Okay. Okay, so these are the different results that I have. I have 699,000 results. Okay, you can further lower down the number, or you can make it more targeted, I mean, by doing more filters. So Remember, I mentioned earlier in our reminders, send connection request to second degree only. So this is how we do it. So click on connections, select second degree only, okay? Click apply. Okay, so from 699, we're down to 23,000 now. We have location, for example. You can also limit your search to United States, to any country that you want. And then we have current companies. But anyway, let's click on all filters here so you can see all the different options available to us if you're using the unpaid LinkedIn account, right? So again, we have the connection, degrees, we have locations over here, we have current and past companies, we have industry. So for example, you're looking for speakers, right? So that's what we type, speakers in the marketing and advertising only, right? Marketing and advertising industry. So all you need to do is put a check here. So yeah, that's basically it. So these are all the options available to us if you're using the unpaid LinkedIn account. And then once you're happy with your filters, click on apply. Okay. Right. So from 23,000, now it's down to 1,861 results. Okay. So this is more targeted. Okay. Now let's take a look. I don't have Sales Navigator myself, but let me show you. Here is Paperspace, by the way. So Paperspace is not really necessary if you're using Social BFF. But let me show you how to use Sales Navigator here. So this is a client of ours. Okay, and this is his Sales Navigator. So when you go to Sales Navigator, you can click on Advanced. So you can type, of course, speakers here. The same search that we did earlier. Okay, and then click on Advanced and then search for leads. Okay, so now we have more options or filters available to us. So earlier we're limited to the industry, current and past companies, and so on. So now take a look here. So we have, so I'm going to type speakers again. Speakers, okay, and then relationship. So this is where you select the second degree. So select second degree, industry. So the same. So let's say you want to limit your search to marketing, marketing and advertising. Okay. You even have geography here. So you can type your, let's say, United States. You can even search by postal code here. That's really good. Another good thing about using Sales Navigator is you can filter down your search or make it more targeted by looking for people with a certain number of years in the current position or the number of years of experience. So for example, you're looking for speakers in the marketing and advertising industry, but you want to work with people who has been in the industry for 6 to 10 years, right? So those with a lot of experience. You can even narrow down your search with the company headcount. Let's say you're looking for businesses, but you only want to work with businesses with 500 to 1,000 headcount in their company. Okay, nice, huh? So what else can we do here? We can even look for people within a certain group. So for example, it really depends on what group you're trying to look for. Let's say there's certain group, let's say a group of dentists or doctors. So you can type here the name of the group. And then tags. Let's say you want to work with people who are tagged as influencers, right? So this is where we go, okay? And then once you're happy, well, I only have 14 results based on all the selections I have. All you need to do is click on search, okay? Then of course, notice whenever you have search results on the screen, Social BFF is going to show this, Social BFF at your service. So meaning you can start doing your search, okay? All right, let's go back to my regular LinkedIn. I'm not, because this is not mine. This is our client's account. So I just showed you how to use the Sales Navigator. Okay, but yeah, we can still go back to our regular LinkedIn, which is still okay, but it's not really that targeted. So once you have all the search results in your screen, then you can start visiting the profiles. Okay, so make sure again that you have your options ready or set up. So we want to send connection requests to all the people, to all the prospects based on my filter there. So this is what I want to send them. Okay, go back to your LinkedIn, click on social BFF icon, and then we're ready to visit the profiles. Okay. So when you click on visit profiles, there's going to be a pop-up window. This is just going to ask you to check if all of your settings is correct and you're okay with that, with them. If you're okay, just simply click on this button and social BFF will start working. Okay. So social BFF visits profiles based on what you can see on the screen. So it will start, of course, with the topmost. After that, it will start visiting the second on the list and so on. Okay, so right now it's visiting the first one. That's Giselle. Okay, so here's the profile. So it got the profile, the tag has been saved. Okay, it's now sending the connection requests. Okay, so it shows succeeded sending connection requests. We can check that later on. So if it really went through, right? But let's give it one more profile to visit and then we can stop the robot. Okay, so by the way, so whatever you've set in your um, throttling earlier, so let's say you set it to 100 visits per day, so it will continue visiting that until it completes the 100 profiles. But if you want to stop it, let's just wait for the second profile to be completed. Okay, it shows pausing for 27 seconds. Again, this is based on the settings that we have in our throttling. Okay, let's just wait for it. All right. Okay, so once it's, there you go. So visiting Joanna, that's the second one. It's capturing the profile. Then it's going to send the message. Okay, the tag has been saved. I forgot, I did not remove the tag there, so I think I put space. So it's still saving the tag, although there's nothing written there. Okay, succeeded in sending connection request. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we can stop. Of course, if you're doing this on your LinkedIn account and you want to complete the visit, so of course, just let it there. You can do other things. You can work on other windows, of course. Just leave your LinkedIn up and running. Just don't close this LinkedIn window. Okay, Social BFF will still run in the background. Okay, click on Social BFF icon again if you want to stop it, right? And then there's a button here that says Stop Robot. Okay, so click on it, and then it will not visit any profiles anymore. Okay, so now let's check if it was really successful in sending those connection requests. So to do that, let's go to My Network. Okay, the middle of your screen, we have Manage All. So click on Manage All over here. Then we can see all the invitations here. So we have received invitations, so where you can accept the invitation that has been sent to you. And then of course we have sent. So this is where we want to go. So click on sent. Okay, and this is what we have just done earlier. Okay, so notice, so this has been sent 2 minutes ago, right? And our meta tag worked. Remember the underscore F and underscore, so it was replaced by the first name. So it's now saying, hi Giselle, I saw your profile and would love to connect. Best wishes, okay? And then of course, the second profile visited was Joanna. Okay, so again, the message is here, hi Joanna, I saw your profile and so on, okay? Okay, now, so that's sending connection request or M1. Let's do M2 or sending messages to your existing connections, okay? Right, so let's go to options again. If this is closed, I already have options here, but even if it's not already open, you can always click on Social BFF icon, okay? On the pop-up window, click on options, all right? And then you can turn off the first button there for sending connection request to second and third degree because that's not what we want to do now. So we can turn on the second one or the M2, okay? So turn it on. There's a field again where you can type in your personalized message. I've already sent one example in the chat box, right? So just copy that and paste it. Make sure that you have your signature, your name in your signature, I mean. Okay, so once you have personalized the message, then you can go back to your LinkedIn again. So this time, since we want to send requests or messages to our first degree connections, so we can go to My Network again. Okay, left side of the screen, click on See All. Okay, so these are all the connections that I have. You can even see there how many, or sorry, when they connected with me. So for example, Paul connected with me 3 hours ago. So we have Jeff connected 5 hours ago and so on. So, well, we don't have much time right now, but send us an email at support@mojoglobal.com so we can show you another hack on how you can actually filter this so that you can only send the message to those who recently connected with you and not to everyone, right? Because there are people here who connected with you, some time ago. Okay, but anyway, so let's say you have this now up on your screen, right? And you've already set your M2 in the options. Go to social BFF again. So make sure that you have your profiles up on your screen, and then go to social BFF application. We're ready to visit profiles. Click on the visit profile button. Okay. Check if your settings is okay. If it's okay, click the OK button. All right. And it will start visiting the profiles and will send those messages. Okay. So let's give it some time. All right, so it again, just like earlier, it's going to start with the topmost profile, right? After that, it will continue to the next one and so on. So it's now visiting Paul. So as you can see, so his picture is over here. So that's a profile being visited by our social BFF. So it got the profile. I did not remove the tag, so it's still showing there. Tag has been saved. Endorsing the profile, because remember, I turned on endorse the top 3 profiles, so it's doing that for me as well. And now it's sending the message. Okay, it says succeeded in sending message. We'll check that again in a bit. All right. So pausing again is based on the settings that we have on throttling. Okay, let's allow it to visit one more profile before we stop the robot. Okay, so it's visiting the second profile now. Okay, there we go. So it's visiting. Oh, it has already been visited. Okay, so it has been visited. The second profile that I have here has already been visited. So that's why you can see there the orange alerts that says profile has been visited within the past 31 days. Okay. All right, so there you go. So it moved on to the fourth profile that has not been visited yet. So that's Mark Peachy. Okay, it got the profile. If you have placed there a tag, so the tag will be saved. It's endorsing the profile. If you've set that up, it's sending the message, and let's just wait. Okay, there you go. So it's successful in sending the message. Okay, so you can stop this again by clicking on social BFF icon, stop robot. Okay. All right. So now that it has stopped, by the way, you might notice, well, I didn't do it earlier when it was still running, but when your social BFF is running, you won't be able to click on anything inside LinkedIn. So you can click on any buttons or tabs. So if in case you want to do something else inside your LinkedIn, all you need to do is open another tab, right? Open another tab here, for example, open another LinkedIn, sign in again, and you should be able to work, normally, right? But in the LinkedIn window where Social BFF is running, you won't be able to click any button. Okay, so now where can we see those messages that we have sent, right? So we can go to messaging. Okay, so here we go. So Paul is one of the profiles we visited earlier, right? And this is the message. Oops, I think I've already sent it twice. Okay, so this is where you can see it. You go to messaging, right? And then, of course, if you're running the social BFF, if you're not going to stop the robot, it will continue sending all of those messages. This is where you can see all the alerts, by the way, if someone accepted your invitation. So, for example, we have Jeff. He already accepted my connection request. The same with Clark, and so on. So you can also see that in messaging. All right. Okay. So, wow, it's already 1 p.m. So do you have any questions? Did you learn anything new today? So I know there's a lot more that we can cover in Social BFF, and that's okay. You can always reach us at support@mojoglobal.com. If you want to have a one-on-one walkthrough, just send us an email, right? Let us know that you want to have a walkthrough, and then we'll schedule, a session for you. Okay? Yeah, but do you have any question for me today? Thanks, Nadine. Nadine says always learn. Okay, thank you so much. Any questions that you would like to be answered today before we end the session? All good? Okay, all good. Thanks. All right. Okay, I guess that's it for today. So again, thank you guys for joining today's session. This recording will be uploaded again to the membership area. So Nadine, I promised you I'll send you an email right after this, right? But for those who already have access to the membership area, you can find this recording uploaded within the day. All right. Okay, if you don't have any more questions, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you again next time. Bye for now.